Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's Stebs here. Just wanted to do a different type of video today, something I have been thinking about doing for a while, and I've just kind of got the idea of reviewing my own footage when it comes to games in Dead by Daylight. It came off the back of me playing on stream, so playing a number of games on stream and not being able to focus on both the game and the chat as a small content creator. You have to find a balance of engaging with your audience and actually talking about the footage and the gameplay that you're going through. So it doesn't give you the same ability that some of the top streamers would do, or some of the top content creators. If you take the likes of True Talent or Starver, Scott Junt, those types, and the Fog Whisperers, they could solely focus on their game footage and still hold thousands of people within the chat. Yeah. Often it doesn't give you the full ability to focus on your game, which means you may make mistakes, you may do things differently than you usually would do if you were focusing. Now, I do play a lot of games on stream, but I also do play a number of games off stream as well. So, for example, this footage was literally shot this morning, which is the 27th of March, roughly around 11 o'clock this morning, GMT. And it was a really tough game, and for reasons that you'll see as we go into the video. So I wanted to sit back and not only review the footage but analyze it from my perspective of why the decisions I made. I am a hag main over on twitch.tv/StebsTV, so if you do want to come and check anything out, I play a lot of hag, do play a lot of nurse as well, but predominantly hag stuff. Alright, so I'm going to jump straight into the video without further delay, and just talk about it as we're going along. A bit of a live reaction essentially, and then we'll, yeah, by all means drop your feedback in the comments. Let me know if you think there's anything I could have done differently, or anything that I did well. It'd be good to hear a bit of praise when it comes to the footage as well. So let's jump straight into it. I'm just going to jump back a second. So builds I'm running for this is Barbecue, Corrupt, Third Seal, and Devour Hub. The one thing that I did notice straight away, as soon as I loaded in, I recognised the names. It's a 4-man. They do play together. It is a sweat squad as such. And I have played them before and got whooped by them. So I'm looking forward to the game from the off-go, as you can imagine. So yeah, I'm using Barbecue for obviously just a bit of map awareness, knowing where people are, knowing if people are on those far gens. Corrupt to give me time to set the web up and to get myself in a position as such. Devour, obviously, for strength in the end game. Hopefully, at this point, I was hoping that the Devour wouldn't be touched, and then I'd be strong in the later half, the last 50% of the game. And then Third Seal, I think, works quite well on Hag, particularly when combined with Devour and Barbecue. It does give you, more map awareness than the survivors might have at this stage. So I do like to run that and blind people out of the game essentially, and kind of confuse the survivors. Although when you're running with survivor friends or a sweat squad, as I said before, then yeah, I'm going to have a struggle with that. Straight away noticed map offering Macmillan's from the survivor side. I was thinking that Macmillan's isn't the worst hag map. It's decent for size. Does give you the ability to kind of get from top of the map to the bottom if you get your traps right. So before the game starts, I'm thinking, let's get the web set up, and let's let them do a bit of work on gens. Hopefully Corrupted spawn my side of things. Here we go. So we're loading into the game now. So it's the Cold Tower version, and immediately going straight to set a web up, take off a couple choke points. Corrupt has worked all right. It's not too bad. Throw them out in the open, not the greatest, and I'm expecting that to go at some point. So straight away on Macmillan, I do like to do these corners. That somebody will come around these corners at some stage, and for the sake of 2 traps, you can get a strong build on there. Nice choke point there. Tends to happen a lot when they try to do the loop on the building. And there again, the other totem, nice and hidden, but trapping it anyway. See, straight away I've noticed they're on the generators. Now at this point, I thought I'll push onto it and get them off of that, at least save 1 generator. Notice how they're staying. Immediately I'm expecting trouble. The gem pops, there's body blocks. I go for the injure, and immediately he stims. He repairs himself and causes me with counter 1 there. I get the final hit on him, and he's off injured. So yeah, teleport back. They know where one of my totems is on there, which is not so much of an issue. I've still got the web there, but I have lost that one generator really, really early, which is a shame. Now, there was only 3 of them there, so I'm not sure where the 4th is, but Corrupt is still on those bottom 2. And that's the first sign I noticed that Objective Obsession was on. I didn't even realise until this stage. Another body block there. So he takes a little slap, and I trap it just in case he decides to come back to it. Yeah, took the bait on that one, but keeping him within this loop. I know I've trapped it now, and I've trapped the opposite side. So I do that often. I'll trap both sides of a loop. So he's trapped kind of within the web. There you go. And I take another whiff on there. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Reviewing this footage, it's going to go as expected. I do get the hit on it, but again, he's stimmed, which makes me feel like all of them have got it at this stage, and it's going to be a really, really tough game. Resetting traps, always resetting my hag traps. By the way, I am running the Swamp Necklace, which gives me the faster setting times, as you saw there, and the Dragonfly Wing, so I've got a bit of distance. It's not the strongest hag build, but it's an everyday that I can probably perform well with 75% of the time. The only downside, the only downfall of that is when you come up against a Survivor Friends. Very, very efficient Survivor Friends. Another gen's popped there, and they're not scared about staying on a generator. So I know I've trapped the bottom of those stairs, so I do get an early down on it with a quick teleport, and then the back to the hook again. Now at this stage I'm thinking I can get a double down. Unfortunately I whiff, and then he stims. And they're all taking these protective hits for each other, and it's becoming very, very difficult. I'm very cautious. 2 gens have gone with little hookage, and I have not been down the opposite side of the map yet, where I know the gens were corrupt. So I hear them back up again above me. I know I'm stuck in this area, but at this stage I've got 2 generators that I can commit to, which means it's easier to hold with what I've got. She gets up, unbreakable, and then pallet stuns me. The joys. Not tilted at all by this point, but I've still got both my hexes. Yeah, I baited. I think it was a bad idea that I baited into the object there, but I was cautious at this stage. I'm not pushing down the map. So I've got him back into this loop again. They were really, really enticed of keeping within this loop. Yeah, he makes a mistake there. Which I believe turns out to be costly for him in the back of... Yeah, good dead hard. But he is trapped within a web. There's not many places he can go at this stage. Again, though, this is all taking up time that I've not been down that bottom side of the map yet. And as you'll see, as it unfolds, it becomes costly at that stage. So I know with object they're over at that totem. I can't get over there and get back over here. So I have a decision to make at this point, whereas I hold it with the traps, take a hit on one of the totems, which, there you go. Totem gone, it turns out to be Devour. So, yeah, the odds were highly stacked against me. Lost another gen up the top here, which means I can't hold the what I wanted as a somewhat free gen. They're playing very, very well. Good survivors, good team. Nice dead hard. Backed off there. I won't take another pallet, and I get a cheeky tea bag for the compliment. One thing we are working on the channel is not getting tilted. We understand that's why survivors have got to do what they've got to do, and why killers have got to do what they got to do, and we just enjoy the process. So the whole point is I would try not to get baited there by any of those trap runs, because they are trap running, which is a hag's worst nightmare. Unfortunately, when I teleported, it went to the wrong trap there, so I didn't get the down that I wanted. And I've just lost third seal there. So highly stacked odds against me, but I do get a nice grab there, and I guess this is the 50%. This is the turning point. As it looks at the moment, I think they were under an impression that they were going to get a full escape here. They were owning the game at this point, if I'm honest with you. So I have to play a bit more conventional hag, a bit more tighter on my gameplay, not spreading out as much. As you can see, I've Probably over-trap this area, to be fair. Let me know in the comments if you do this at this stage. I know I can get the down there. I don't know how the unhook still counts. I don't agree with that personally. But I am starting to snowball it from having these traps there, so it does seem worth it. But this stage, I've got 2 downs. I've got 2 on the floor, but I'm not sure which one to go for by the idea of it. I give her a slap and I give her, bye, have a good time. And yeah. Oh, I thought we were going to chew a DS there. I knew that I did fully expect all 4 to have DS at this stage. Is this one the DS? Yes. So there you go. I get a DS for the compliments. And then the back on the unhook again. But you notice how I thought I went for the unhook. I thought I went for the teleport there. But I ended up coming back to my original trap. So they get away for free there. So the game goes quiet at this point. I'm not sure where people are. And it turns out they are literally on my doorstep. They are really holding on to getting these generators done up here. And they don't they're not too fearful about the position that we're holding. I mean, I've lost third seal. I've lost Devour. The only thing I've got is barbecue to play with and the fact that I can teleport. I do manage to keep hold of that gen at that point, though. I think it pops, though. Okay, so we're 6 hooks in. They've got 2 generators to go. And again, object down the bottom. So I've got a choice now. I'd rather push out, go for the object, and he takes a save. Or I just hold on. And I think I halfway house it. Yeah, I bait it. I give him a little shake for his no-nos. So I'm not slapping them at this point. They want to hold on near the hook, and like I said, they want the hit. They want to get the unhook and then use their altruism. Very, very altruistic team. And I knew, I mean, I would kind of try. I think I'm trying to rack up my head at this point. How many tricks up the sleeve they've got? Like, what could they do next? They're running the traps. There's 2 of them in the area. There you go, and there's the unhook. I'm not going to tunnel. I'm not one for tunneling or camping. So I'll take the ones that are going for the body block. Move out of line of sight because I don't want them to know that I'm laying the trap down. And then I move to the next one. Unfortunately, he dead hards in a corner. And I think that's a huge mistake at that point. Yeah. Get her down. Technically not a tunnel there. I get a little point. I'm thinking that he can't get either of them up at this stage. I know that Laurie has used her Unbreakable. So as much as she can 99 herself, I don't think she has the time to do it. And I think that was the right call to make at this point. Object still on the generator, but I know I've got a bit more control. Just double checking, making sure no one's around. And there you go. Chew another decisive. So I know I've got 2 decisives down. They've used their Unbreakables. They used their stim kits quite early. So I'm in a more of a confident position now. There's one out of the game. It's going to make it a lot more difficult for him. So I feel like at this stage, that's where I've stacked the odds back in my favour a little bit. I really need to keep hold of this gen. They probably aren't going to start on another gen at this point. It's too late in the game for them, so they're going to try hold on to this, and I'm going to take full advantage of that. Particularly when they've got basement right next to them. I think if they'd have pushed away, spread out, and gone for another gen, they'd have probably done a bit better. I think one of Hag's advantages is the short, sharp chases. I don't really commit to chases. I commit to my mind games, or I say mind games, more of the just correct trap placement. I mean, one at the basement of their feet. I think at this stage I'm just semi-tilted. I want the survivors, and there you go. They get the gen. I want to keep hold of the game. Do you know what I mean? It's my job. Yeah. So they've. It's the end game now. I hold all the cards. So. Sneaky boy here. So yeah, there we go. So I think we have a bit of a Mexican standoff here. I know that he has to go for it, but this could last a while, and I don't. It's a boring gameplay. It doesn't excite me, so I take the slap, and I know full well that if I down him, I can get the body block and hold on, and it's enough time for me. Yeah, I get the down here. Yeah, unfortunate. Because in all fairness, if she'd have probably cut right, she could probably got that pallet on me. I wouldn't have made the turn as fast, I reckon. I was praying at this stage that the other survivor didn't come back for the save and then get both out. But like I said, very, very altruistic team, and it made it such a difficult game. But it is good to watch this back. It's good. I feel like I had a weak first 50% and then managed to get some sort of control over it, whereas they had a really strong survive with friends first half, and then turned the tables in the end. Essentially, I think they made a few mistakes where I capitalised on, and then I made a few mistakes in that first half that they capitalised on. So it's interesting to watch that back. So I only get 1 pip for that, and there you go. They're the ranks of them. You can see the builds that are running there. I think I do go across the builds, but we've got stim kits, we've got anti-hemorrhage, we've got objects, we've got 1, 2, 3 decisives, 1, 2, we've got 3 unbreakables, some spine chills, which is a pain for Hag, particularly when I'm trying to use third seal. So yeah, overall, just a really, really strong Survivor Friends build, which is a Hag's worst nightmare. So recording the footage back and re-watching over it, it does give you a bit of a better understanding of your gameplay. Like I said at the start, that you wouldn't see while you were live streaming, because it's so hard to focus on communication, keeping in touch with people, as well as playing to an efficient level that people enjoy the gameplay. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you enjoy these type of videos. I am thinking of doing reactions to other people's footage, so by all means, if you want to send some footage in, it's something that we can watch and review and see if you want to hear from my perspective. Although, albeit I'm not the greatest survivor or killer in the world, I certainly have an understanding of the game and looping and systems of each killer and survivor now. So by all means, send us some footage in. I'll pop the links in the description below. Hitting that like button, that'd be really appreciative. I am trying to do more footage across on YouTube. It's a lot more interactive and mix. I have a lot more freedom of creation over on YouTube that you don't necessarily get on streaming platforms. So I will be popping out more of these. So let me know if you'd like to see more of. But yeah, peace out, everyone.